Hello. Today I'm doing a review of the Free the Tone ARC-3 audio routing controller. This is something that I recently purchased, and I was very happy about it, so I figured I'd spread the word. It's a very good product. Let me tell you about the product first. The company name is called Free the Tone. It's an interesting name. It's out of Japan, actually, and it's created by a very intelligent engineer called Mr. Hayashi. And Mr. Hayashi studied with Mr. Cornish here in the US and learned everything about guitar tone. And turns out one of the parting messages from Mr. Cornish to Mr. Hayashi when he went back to Japan was free the tone. So this is where the company name comes from. Mr. Hayashi's been building pedal boards for many famous musicians in Japan, Mr. Hote being one of them. And he's also built custom switching solutions as well. So he's got all of that industry knowledge and he's put it into this product that we can all buy. So this is the ARC-3, and basically it's a switching mechanism. So you basically loop all your effects together into this box, and you can program which loops you want in each preset that you choose. So basically allows you to choose all your stomp boxes, the ones that you like, and each one goes into a loop. I believe there are at least 8 loops that you can put into this. And in addition, you also have a Midi out capability, so that you can control other Midi effects. So in this case, this controller is actually connected to the Strymon Timeline Delay, which is a delay box, and also has MIDI. So you can see the MIDI cable back here. This is the MIDI out, this is the MIDI in, and it can control your delay settings. So has many of the convenience of kind of a multi-effects pedal by having the MIDI, but also allows you to choose all of these effects, all of the boxes that you love. So let me explain the setup here. This is a Pedaltrain PT-1, which is silver in color, as you can probably see through here. It's the Monocase version that Guitar Center handles. And that is the effects board. And on top of it, we have the ARC-3. We have the Polytune from TC Electronics, brilliant product. This is the mini version, which comes out of the tuner out of the switching device. The first loop is the dynacomp from MXR. The second loop is the BB Plus overdrive from Xotic Effects. The third loop is the EP Booster, which I use to basically boost volume when I go into solos and stuff. The next loop is the Corona Chorus. This is the mini version, so it fits on my pedal board. Sounds great, and small enough to give me more space for the Hall of Fame Reverb, which is a simple TC Electronic reverb. Has one knob, which is pretty much really all you need. It actually does have USB, so you could download other sounds, other settings to it. But basically, I've used it on its own. It probably has like a large hall kind of setting preset, which works fine. And there's this Strymon Timeline Delay, which is an excellent sounding delay. I think there are many features that I may never use, but certainly a great sounding delay, which I've come to love. And this is the last loop, and again, this is being controlled by the MIDI. So let me tell you the first thing I like about this product. So the ARC-3 switching controller has a circuit called an HTC circuit, which I believe stands for Holistic Tone Control, perhaps, HTC circuit, not quite sure. But Basically, it's a booster, an enhancer, so to say, which improves your guitar signal throughout each loop. So it just doesn't work in the beginning, but also works throughout the signal chain, making sure that the signal coming back from each loop is also as good as it was when it went out. So it's taken a much wider view of the tone. Actually, one of my favorite tones coming out of the ARC-3 is actually the tone that goes directly into my guitar amp. And I just want to play that for you. So we have let me just show you my amplifier. I'm just going to raise the mic up a little, the camera up. It's a matchless HC30 in a matchless cabinet. It's in the clean channel, and tone is set at 12 o'clock for both treble and bass. So let me pick up my guitar, and let me let you hear the tone. So that was no effects. It's just going through the booster. I really like the overtones that I get from this. Actually made my guitar sound a lot better, even with really long 7-meter cables. So really happy with it. I think that by itself is pretty fantastic. And let me just show you some of the capabilities of this box. Okay, so let's start by emulating a regular stomp box setting where you would want to have control over each stomp box. So I'm going to step on this mode. You'll see the LEDs has changed color. Right now, none of the lights on the bottom are lit up, but as I engage, let's say this one right here, this is the second loop, which is the BB plus. So you'll hear the overdrive sound. This one would be the compressor. So and this is how you would basically start to build up your sound. And when you like it, you basically just push the store button, which is located right here. So when you like it, you push that button, and then it gets stored into whatever number is showing up right here. So it'll go into the number 1 bank. Basically, when you're on stage and you want to change sounds, you basically just step on these pedals here. Let me give you an idea of how the MIDI works. So I'm going to step on this one, which is the 6th one. And if you keep an eye on that, that's going to change because that delay setting has been set to a particular setting for this for number 6. Really cool that you can control MIDI devices because it gives you a lot of versatility, and you don't have to step on two buttons as you're playing or about to get into a solo. That's what you want to avoid. This is very easy to program, I would say. I didn't really have to read the instruction manual. The LEDs are nice and bright. You always know which mode you're in because when it's blue like this, you're in basically playing mode, and you're accessing all the ones that you've programmed. When you're in the direct mode, you'll know immediately because the LED colors have changed. When you're in tuning mode, it mutes everything, and you can tune. So it gives you a different color light. and that's also very easy to see as well. Okay, so that's basically it. It retails for around $900. It's a pricey purchase. It's certainly not cheap. A bit more expensive than the One Control device. I think this one is certainly comparable or maybe even better than the One Control one. It's hard to say because I haven't tested the other one. The only downside with this one is it's slightly big. I think there is another version that is cheaper and a bit smaller, has a few less loops, but certainly good enough for most amateur musicians. So I would highly recommend this product. It's not being well promoted yet in the US. I don't think that many people know about it, since it is a small Japanese company that's making it. But the quality of workmanship, the sound quality, I mean, just the sheer build of this device, I'm really impressed with. It is a solid professional tool. So that's it. This is the Free the Tone ARC-3.